Welcome, and welcome to what is now part 3 of this Porsche Boxster Watch Me Get It Back on the Road MOT It series. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, I'll link them in the description, go and have a look at that. Part 1 was kind of generally looking around the thing and seeing what we needed to do, giving it a clean up before we brought it into the garage. Part 2, we kind of cleaned up this cowl area here and took the battery tray out because it was rusted like the Titanic and it was just non-savable, and we tidied up everything here, gave it a hoover out, and we took the steering wheel apart and we fixed the horn, or the part of the horn that you press. Part 3, this part, I'm going to take this front bumper off and get into the radiators, give them a clean, but also I need to get into the horns because although our fix in the steering wheel works, you press it, you click it, you hear the relay clicking underneath the driver's seat here, in front of the driver's seat. And the horn just kind of went, ha, ha, just a wee soft, ha, and eventually it just went to, ha, and it went absolutely nothing. So I reckon there's 2 horns in this, a high and a low pitch, and I need to replace probably both of them. So we'll get the front bumper off, and we'll see how messy it is underneath there. Could just be it's clogged with leaves and stuff, but we're also going to jack the car up this part, get the oil change done. Have a good look at the oil filter, make sure there's no metal shavings or anything like that in there. And we're going to get some new side markers for it as well. So this is the kind of part that the majority of the expensive bits will be looked at. Suspension, brakes, exhaust, oil change, fingers crossed goes okay. So let's crack on. Alright, bumper off, little plastic trim piece here, off you go, a few screws. And I think there's a couple underneath, usually is. And that should be us good to go. And I don't think this bumper's ever been off before. There also seems to be a catch release here for this front trunk, which obviously goes down there. How are you supposed to get into that if you don't? I don't know. You're supposed to use that as an emergency in case your battery dies? Not really sure, to be honest. And there is a couple of screws in behind the indicators that you need to get out, and be careful of these because they're at a really awkward angle. See, when you do enough of these types of things, you realise how similar all the cars really are. It's quite incredible actually how similar they can be in terms of their makeup and how the bumpers and all that fit on. There we go. Now I've got a little bit of a bruised and battered bumper here. Yeah. I think it's been cracked at some point in its life, but it's not too bad from the outside. Right, we'll take it over here. Bumper's off, and it's looking pretty decent from the outside. There's just a couple of tabs, as you can see, that are broken off. That's why a little bit of difficulty getting it off. And here there's a wee screw there that I need to take off for the number plate housing, and it looks as if this had a little repair done here, which has been a very, very good repair because you can't tell. That's been excellent. And the rest of it's looking pretty decent. And I did think these bits were kind of broken, but they're not. They're the same on either side. And a wee bit of a chip there. Anyway, we'll go and take a look at the insides here. Yep. Camera just died when you missed the leaf drop there. Now you can see why I put this rubber mat down, because this is pretty bad. For the time being, what I'm going to do is give it a good clean up and check everything's working, because this has never been cleaned out, I don't think. You can see the damage it causes, you know. If you don't clean it out properly, it's just going to get completely gunked up. So we'll give this a good cleaning as best we can, and we'll see how we're doing. We'll take it from there. Cool. Alright, so a lot of this white stuff that you've seen here, that's more than likely because the air conditioning gas is running low and the thing's too cold. It's just probably built up because I think it needs a recharge. So when you're cleaning this off, the best thing to do is get the strongest wire brush that you can. I'm only joking. You don't touch this with a wire brush. You get a soft bristle brush like this, because you can do a lot of damage to the radiator fins if you use a wire brush. So you get a soft bristle brush like this and go up and down the fins, and we'll clean all this stuff off. It doesn't have to be immaculate. You can take a hose to these, but I'm going to take the two screws out of this and move this out because it's needing cleaned behind itself as well. Ugh. Right, I'll just get rid of all this crap. And oh my god. Yeah. I would just pour all that crap over my tools, wouldn't I? Nice one. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, this is just going to sit on this ridge here and rot it away. We're still solid here, but there is a bit of rust forming, so I might have to give that a wee scoosh with some Rust-Oleum. But for now, we'll just get rid of all this crap. Oh my god, man. I think I'll be taking the pressure washer to this, because that is just disgusting. Right, so all of that was sitting right there on that bottom ridge. That's not great, is it? Wait you see when I take this radiator off though, that'll be even worse. But it's jammed. There we go. Oh my god. These are really bad. Leaves, bits of farm. Right, I'll bring you around and show you. Right, so all that crud that's in there, we need to get it off. Right, so let's give this a good thorough cleaning, and hopefully we'll get this back on the way it should be. Brilliant. Alrighty, so while we're here, I need to remove the horns. Both horns are right there, and they're held on with a bracket there. So let's get them off, and we'll see if we can get a couple ordered up. Oh, nice and easy, no problem. There we are. Off you come, we can get into both. So we'll get them removed and see if we can get them ordered up. So I'm pretty convinced that's what the problem is. Alrighty, so these are actually labelled high and low. So you see the H there, that'll be the high pitch one at the front, and this is the low pitch one at the back. See the L, where is it? Here is it. I saw it a minute ago. There it is, there, right in the bottom. It says L. So, I need to get these ordered up. They both look identical, but they are kind of facing different directions in terms of the sockets here for the wiring. So I was going to just order these off eBay, but I don't know now. I need to go and have a look and see. We'll go and browse the web and we'll see what's happening, because I reckon they're both shot anyway. The wee connectors, that's the wee temperature sensor from your front of your bumper. And that's the high one, and the low one's back here. So we'll get 2 horns ordered up and we'll get these replaced before we put the bumper back on. Alright, so we got a little delivery from design911.co.uk of 2 horns. They're not the Porsche ones, they're OE matched ones. So they're about £38 each. And I hope they're labelled low and high, because they both look the same. Low pitched. That's the low pitched one. It's got an L on it there. And this one should be the high pitched one. And you could probably just buy regular horns off the web and just wire them in, but you know, for convenience sake, this is a high pitched one. You can see it there. It's got a little H on the bracket there. And go, oh, that was it, nearly gone. And I think, yeah, they're kind of the opposite way around from each other. You know, see that? So, this is the low pitch one, this is the high pitch one, so the kind of outlets are the opposite way around, and so are the connections. So, good. We won't get them mixed up. Let's fit them. You need to kind of get the, hopefully this doesn't flicker when I'm showing you this, but the horns need to go in this bit here behind these pipes. So you have to get the bracket in, and the low horn is right at the back, so you need to kind of orient it like that, so that the bit of the bracket that bolts on is kind of facing at a 90-degree angle to the actual outlet of the horn, so it'll fit in and face the right way. Oops, sorry. So it'll fit in and face the right way. So if I offer this up now, and you'll see that you kind of have to squash it in. The bracket's actually got 2 mounting points. It's got the bolt itself and a wee guide pin like that. And if I push that right in, see the horn sits right in that void perfectly. So I'll just connect that one up, take it back out and connect it up. And the other horn is actually quite easy to fit because you can see the hole where it goes. So 2 seconds, we'll fix that up. Alrighty, so that's the low horn, the low pitched one, in its resting place. Bolted that back up, and this little bracket here is where the high one fits onto, and we'll connect it there. And just when we're here, can someone explain to me, this LED light here doesn't cause any flickering in the screen when I'm looking at it in the GoPro, but my better work light, this one here, which is a much brighter light and lasts longer, does cause flickering. I know it's something to do with the frame rate of the camera, but I haven't changed it, so I don't know. Someone explain to me in the comments what's going on here, because I'm having to switch to this light when I'm showing you guys stuff so it doesn't flicker. But this one is a much brighter and longer lasting light. So anyway, let's get the high pitched horn connected and we'll see if they work. Cool. Alright, high pitched and low pitched. Let's go and test it out. Alright, moment of truth. Excellent, that was money well spent, saved me faffing about with wiring. So, horn's working, battery tray's replaced, battery's charged, electrics are good, steering wheel is working with the horn now as well. Check out the last video, see what repair we did for that. Now it's time to clean the other radiator and get the cowls back on and get the bumper back on. Excellent, let's crack on. Right, let's see how much damage we can do here. Oh, lovely. Not as bad as the other corner, but still pretty bad. Definitely not as bad as the other side, but we'll give it a clean anyway. Lots of leavage. I reckon if you've got a Boxster, once every couple of years on this wouldn't hurt it. No, this side's nowhere near as bad. We'll still take the condenser off as well. Yeah, this one's okay. This one's okay. This radiator now been replaced. This looks brand new. Excuse me. That's pretty good, isn't it? Eh? This one looks decent. Okay, it didn't take me half as long as I thought. Brilliant. Alright, so we haven't got the front bumper off the car. I popped these vents out because they are looking pretty tatty. That's the one on the, well, the passenger side, and you can see it's all, they've lost its coating, it's lost its blackness, it's just looking very dull and white. That one's not as bad, but they both need done, and they both need a respray. So let's give these a clean, and we've got some black spray paint in the guys, so let's stick that on them and we'll see how good these look. So here's your before shot, right? There's your before. I'll get you an after shot very soon. Let's go.
Right, when you're spray painting, always wear a mask because the stuff is just toxic. Look at the last one. Yeah.
Alright, let's have a look at these then. So these have been drying. Oh yes. I'll flick in between the before and after shot. I can't remember what way I had this around, but that is looking a heck of a lot better. There's your before. Alright, and there is your after. Yes, much better. It's got a wee chip out of it there, but you know, you're hardly going to see that. But look at that. 10 minutes prep, 5 minutes actually doing it. Cool. Let's get these back on the car. You know, I can't put this bumper back on looking like this, can I? I need to give it a good cleaning because it's pretty disgraceful. So we'll scoosh the whole thing and we'll clean the whole thing from the inside out, and then we'll put it back in the car and we'll get the new LED side markers on there as well. Excellent. That's a lot better looking, isn't it? Right, let's see if we can get it back on in one piece. There we are, bumper's back on, kind of. I've not tightened everything up yet. Still got a few screws to put in, but we'll make sure it's all lined up properly first. And then we'll put the screws in, down the bottom, and along here, and along here. And it's looking pretty good. I think these bumpers take a pounding for these cars, because I've quite often seen ones that have had quite severe damage in the front bumpers. And you know, this one's okay on the outside, this one's fine, and the new black grills look tremendous. So excellent, we're getting there, we're getting there. Alright, so while we're here, before we button up the bumper properly, I'm going to put a screw into there. Let's try out our new side repeaters. So we've got these, and I did buy these off of Temu. So we'll see, they do actually come labelled right hand, left hand, so they've made that effort, but they look the same as the ones that I saw on eBay. Come with these little resistors. I don't know if I'll need this, so I think I'll just try it without it first and see if it works. So these just, you take the bulb out, the existing bulb holder, don't need to rewire it or anything like that, and apparently you just slot this right in. I've seen these kind of things before on other cars, and they do tend to work reasonably well, but sometimes getting them in here is a bit tricky. Until you see, there we are. Right, and then you've got the problem, not the problem, but you've got the issue of kind of slotting this in here, because there won't be enough room behind here to get this in. Let's just try, see if we can put it in here. Before we lock it in, you stay there and you tell me what it looks like, right? Hold on. Hey! That looks not too bad, doesn't it? Right, well, let's see if we can put it into where it should go factory wise. I don't want to push this in too much and snap it, so let's just make sure that the little clip will indeed go in without any hassle, because see, right, okay, put a screw in here first. I think I'm supposed to put a screw into there. Do that first. Alright, so that fits pretty good, and I'll just show you against the factory one. I think that's much nicer, and the same price as buying these off of eBay. And that's what I did, you see. I looked for them on the web, and I came across these, and the fit is actually, it's perfect. It really is, and it's solid as well, you know, it's not going to come out. And I've done the other side. The other side's perfect as well, and it's solid. Look, see, you can pull it out a wee bit to get into the spring, but then they just sit, that is absolutely rock solid. Absolutely fantastic. Really happy. £40. Oh, I apologise. Sorry. £18 off of, guess what? Temu. 18 bucks off Temu. I thought I'd take the risk. Don't usually buy stuff off that for the cars, but front to back. Check this one as well. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, and do you know what? I would place a bet. I'd place a bet that if you bought them anywhere else, they'd be exactly the same lights. They fit perfect, they're exactly the same fittings as factory. Just refresh that a little bit superbly. Very happy with that. Okay, good job done. Alright, well that's going to wrap up this video because, quite frankly, I'm absolutely knackered today and I haven't eaten yet, so I'm going to go and have something to eat, and then we'll do the next video on this one where we'll get it jacked up, we'll get the wheels off, we'll check out the brake lines, we'll check out the suspension, we'll check out the tyres, we'll check out the exhaust, see if there's anything underneath that's going to leak or give us some concerns. Then we'll get it out, we'll get number plates slapped on it, and we'll book it in for its MOT. But that's been a good video today. I'm pretty pleased with the progress we've made with that. The bumper's nicely back on, everything's buttoned up, and hit the like button, hit subscribe, comment below if you're a Porsche guy and there's anything else I should look out for in this car, and we will catch you in the next video. Bye bye.